Hello, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. The day is done. The world outside, with its noise and its rush and its constant demand for your attention, has been put to rest for a while. Now, it is time for your rest. It is time for you to let your mind quiet down, to let your body grow heavy, and to settle into the gentle current of sleep that is waiting patiently for you. There is nothing left to do now, nothing left to solve, nothing to worry about until the sun returns. For this time, this moment, belongs entirely to you and to the stillness we are about to explore together. I invite you now to make yourself as comfortable as possible. If you are not already lying down, please do so. Let your back feel the gentle support beneath you. Let your feet be relaxed. Let your hands fall naturally at your sides. There is no need for tension, no need to hold anything up. You are perfectly safe right here. Take a deep breath with me now. Breathe in slowly through your nose, counting perhaps to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel that clean, cool air filling your lungs. And now breathe out, slowly, through your mouth, letting out any lingering tension, counting perhaps to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let it all go. Let's do that once more, inhaling the quiet and exhaling the noise. As you breathe in and out, I want you to imagine a doorway. It is not a grand doorway or a heavy one. It is simply a smooth, pale wooden door, worn soft by time and gentle hands. It is the door to a place reserved just for peace, a sanctuary known only as the Whispering Library. The air on the other side is always cool, always calm, and smells faintly of aged paper and dried lavender. It is a place where every sound is muffled, every light is soft, and every minute stretches out into a deep, unending sense of tranquility. With your next slow breath out, feel yourself step across the threshold. The sounds of your world fade behind you, replaced by an encompassing, luxurious silence. You are now inside. You are safe. You are home in the quiet. We begin our journey now. Just settle in. Let my voice be the anchor that keeps you drifting safely towards sleep. Chapter 1. The Hall of Gentle Shelves. The first thing you notice is the light. It doesn't come from harsh overhead lamps, but seems to emanate softly from the polished wooden floorboards and the deep, comfortable armchairs scattered throughout the vast room. The light is the color of warm honey and old moonlight. It is just bright enough to be reassuring, and perfectly dim enough to invite your eyes to close. You stand in the main hall. It is enormous, yet feels cozy. Towering walls of deep, rich walnut wood stretch up into the shadows, lined from floor to ceiling with endless shelves. These shelves are the library's heart. They are not crowded or cluttered. Each book is spaced just so, resting peacefully beside its neighbor. Imagine yourself walking slowly down the main aisle. Your footsteps make absolutely no sound on the heavy, woven rug that runs the length of the floor. It is a runner woven from thick, soft threads, the color of moss and slate. Feel the texture beneath your imaginary feet. It is so yielding, so quiet. As you pass the first row of shelves, Notice the spine of a book. You don't need to read the title. The mere sight of it is comforting. It is bound in deep forest green leather, its title embossed in faded, elegant gold script. This book, like all the others here, holds no stress, no deadline, no urgency. It holds only slow, calming narratives, peaceful poetry, or maps of imaginary, gentle landscapes. Let your gaze drift upwards. The shelves go so high that the ceiling is lost in a comforting, dark indigo haze. It feels like standing at the base of a redwood grove, where the tops of the trees brush the clouds. This height signifies the vastness of the peace that surrounds you. There is so much quiet here, it can never run out. A slight, cool current of air drifts past you. It carries that signature scent, old paper, vanilla, and a hint of lavender. This scent is purely for relaxation. Every time you breathe it in, feel your shoulders sinking lower. Feel the muscles in your jaw loosening. The air itself here is meant to soothe you. Think about the silence. It is not an empty silence. It is a full silence, rich with potential rest. Every small, gentle sound is magnified, but instantly absorbed. The distant, soft tick of a grandfather clock. The slight rustle as you brush past a velvet curtain. The almost imperceptible creak of the ancient wooden structure settling into the night. Even these sounds are comforting reminders that time is moving slowly, that you are sheltered, and that nothing is required of you. You come to a comfortable stop near a massive, glowing stone fireplace. The logs inside are not blazing fiercely, but radiating a deep orange-red warmth. The flames move slowly, hypnotically, licking at the soot-stained bricks. Patience on the warmth that radiates hot or dry. It feels like the perfect temperature to melt away any chill or tension you might be holding. Turn toward the fire and feel that gentle heat against the front of your body. It is easing the strain in your chest, in your stomach. Now, turn your back to the fire. Feel that warmth spreading across your shoulders and down your spine. This warmth is slowly relaxing every single muscle fiber from your neck to your lower back. You are letting go. Letting go. You notice a cluster of exceptionally comfortable seating arranged near the fire. There are several oversized chairs, each covered in a heavy, soft fabric, maybe deep blue corduroy or soft faded tweed. You walk towards the nearest chair. It is an armchair so deep and wide that it feels like a small personal haven. It has a high back and thick padded arms. Settle into it now, allowing your body to sink fully into the cushion. Feel the chair completely supporting your weight. There is no need to exert any effort. The chair is taking care of you. The soft fabric is gently brushing against your skin. You are enveloped, supported, and perfectly still. Take another slow breath. Inhale the scent of the library. Exhale all resistance to sleep. Pillows, the vastness of this hall of gentle shelves now feels less like an empty space and more like a protective dome. You are at the very center of quietude, completely surrounded by walls of organized, peaceful knowledge. The books themselves are like silent guardians, assuring you that the stories of the day are over and the story of sleep is about to begin. unbearable your eyes, which may already be feeling heavy, to drift shut for a moment. Just listen to the silence. Feel the warmth. Sense the deep comfort of the chair. This hall is the waiting room for deeper rest. We will stay here for just a little longer, allowing the transition from wakefulness to calmness to fully take hold. We are slowing down to the speed of the drifting dust motes in the soft light. Pause for a long moment, allowing the focus to be purely on the slow breathing and the feeling of deep rest in the chair. Playwright of your head is perfect. The weight of your arms is heavy. The weight of your legs is comforting. You are heavy, and that is exactly right. You are ready now to move deeper into the library.
Chapter 2: The Reading Room of Unfinished Stories. The sound slightly shifts. The rain outside is a little more distinct, a steady, rhythmic tap, 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 which is incredibly soothing. Now that you are deeply settled, we will move through a soft, low archway near the fireplace. This archway leads into the second, more intimate chamber, the Reading Room of Unfinished Stories. This room is different. It is smaller, circular, and its shelves hold books that are perpetually open, waiting patiently on simple wooden stands. These are stories that have no ending, narratives that simply loop back upon themselves in gentle cycles of description and observation. They are designed never to require your active engagement, only your quiet presence. Look around. The walls here are lined not just with wood, but with soft, sound-dampening acoustic panels covered in a dark, velvety material, the color of deep twilight blue. This material absorbs all sound, creating an almost perfect vacuum of quiet. In the center of the room, instead of large chairs, there is a low, polished oak table. On this table are various objects, all dedicated to gentle, non-strenuous contemplation. The small, exquisitely crafted wooden box. It is made of cedar and has a hinged lid. It contains a collection of very old, smooth beach stones. They are not interesting stones, just gray, white, and pale tan stones, rounded by centuries of gentle ocean rolling. You don't have to touch them, but simply look at them. Imagine the coolness of the stone, the absolute smoothness of its surface. Each stone represents a worry you might have carried, but because they are so smooth and so still, they have already been worn down by time and patience into something perfectly serene. They hold no rough edges anymore. Let your eyes linger on the subtle color variations, the softest, palest gray, the quietest cream, the deepest, most comforting charcoal. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Now turn your attention to the window in this room. It is a large, circular window, and through it, you can see the night. It is not an intimidating darkness, but a soft, encompassing dark. Negligence, and you can clearly see the rain. It is a perfectly steady, quiet rain. It is falling straight down, without wind or violence. Focus on the sound of the rain against the glass. Tap, tap, tap. It is the most reliable, repetitive sound in the universe. It requires nothing from you. You are safe inside, completely dry, completely warm. The sound is simply a confirmation that the world outside is washing itself clean, and you are being held in a safe, dry pocket of rest. Plunge, allow the sound to become the rhythm for your breathing. Inhale with a tap, tap. Exhale with a tap, 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 tap. There is a slow, silent water feature in one corner of the room. A small fountain, just a single, thin stream of water rising gently and falling back into a smooth stone basin. The sound is barely audible, a very soft shh and a gentle plink as the water meets the pool. This, too, is a sound of complete release. The water is never struggling, it is simply yielding to gravity over and over again in a cycle of effortless motion. Look at the books resting open on the stands. We'll walk over to one now, slowly. This book is bound in simple linen, and the pages are thick and creamy. The writing is elegant, but you don't need to read the words. This story is simply a description of a gentle, slow journey down a quiet river. The story simply details the way the tall reeds bend slightly in the non-existent breeze. It describes the precise shade of blue in the heron's wing. It chronicles the small, slow swirl of the water just as it passes a moss-covered stone. It is a story without a plot, a narrative whose only purpose is to lull you into a state of deep, effortless acceptance. You don't need to finish the story. You don't need to remember the details. You only need to absorb the feeling of it. Slow, smooth, and endlessly peaceful. Pause. Let the rain sound and the gentle images settle your mind deeper. Feel the weight of your eyelids now. They are so wonderfully heavy. They are pulling down toward your cheeks. They have done their job all day, seeing and recording. Now, it is their time to rest. We are ready to drift into the deepest chamber of the library.
Chapter 3. The Sanctuary of Forgotten Time. The third room is the most profound. It is a place where clocks are irrelevant and minutes hold no meaning. We step through another low archway, and the very air seems to shift. It feels cooler now, perhaps because of the total stillness, but it is not cold. It is just the temperature of deep, undisturbed rest. This is the Sanctuary of Forgotten Time. There are no windows here. The only light comes from a multitude of small, sputtering beeswax candles arranged on low, dark wood tables. The light from the candles is the color of butter, and each flame is completely steady. There is no draft to make them flicker and dance. They simply burn with a persistent, quiet intensity. Focus on the light from a single flame. It is a small, soft beacon in the dark. It is so perfectly calm, so totally still. Allow the gentle, quiet glow to wash over the inside of your eyelids. Even with your eyes closed, you can sense that soft, warm color sinking you deeper into relaxation. The scent in this room is different again. Pure, clean beeswax and just a hint of ancient sandalwood. It is a profoundly grounding aroma. Inhale the sandalwood now, and feel your sense of self rooting down into the mattress or pillow beneath you. You are heavy, secure, and unmoving. The walls here are lined entirely with black velvet, thick, sound-absorbing, and limitless. It creates the impression of being cradled inside a safe, dark, perfect box. There are no books in this room. The only objects here are meant to induce stillness. In the center of the sanctuary is a bed. Not a typical bed, but a large, oval, floating structure. It is covered in layers of the softest, thickest wool blankets and perfectly smooth silk sheets. It looks like a cloud of complete rest. You walk toward this oval bed. Your body feels lighter now, almost as if you are gliding. There is no effort in movement. As you reach the side of the floating bed, look down at the blankets. They are heavy, but they feel like they would contour perfectly to your shape. They are deep charcoal gray, navy blue, and a dusty violet, the colors of a quiet midnight sky. You slowly, gently, lie down onto the surface. Feel the smoothness of the silk beneath you. It cools your skin for a moment, then takes on your body temperature, becoming one with you. Feel the gentle weight of the wool blanket as you pull it up to your chin. It is a comforting, secure pressure. This is the sensation of absolute safety. No one can reach you here. Nothing can bother you. You are completely insulated in warmth and stillness. We are going to focus on deep, repetitive physical relaxation now. Start with your feet. Feel the deepest weight of your feet. Let them flop outwards slightly. Your toes are completely loose. Your arches are limp. There is no energy left in your feet, and that feels so good. They are sinking, sinking. Move up to your calves and shins. Release any holding tension here. The calf muscles are smoothing out, becoming soft. Imagine the blood flow slowing down, moving at a calm, riverine pace. Now your knees, completely unlocked and softened. Feel your thighs and hips melting into the mattress. These are the largest muscles in your body, and they are holding the most tension. Let them go now. Imagine the tension dissolving like sugar in warm water. Dissolve. Now your stomach and chest. Let your belly relax and rise and fall gently with your slow breath. Your chest is open, calm, and quiet. There is no need for tightness around your heart. Everything is fine. Your hands and arms. They are so heavy they feel like they are weighted down by smooth stones. Your fingers are uncurling. Your palms are soft. Your elbows are resting deeply. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Finally, your neck and head. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Smooth your brow. The back of your head is resting against the pillow, feeling wonderfully supported. You are fully submerged in rest now, floating on the softest bed in the deepest, quietest room. The sanctuary of forgotten time is where you simply exist without obligation. You are here, and that is enough. The candles burn down slowly, marking the passing of time. But you do not need to count them or rush them. The time is now yours, freely given to the deepest parts of your rest. We will hold this stillness now, moving next into a long sequence designed purely to keep your mind gently occupied as your body sinks irreversibly into slumber.
Chapter 4. The Catalog of Calming Facts. Prescribed the soundtrack gently introduces the faintest, slowest, most subtle sound of a low, sustained woodwind note, like a bass flute, just beneath the threshold of awareness. Even in the deepest stillness, sometimes the mind tries to grab onto a thought, a worry, or a fragment of the day. To prevent this, we will engage in a very gentle, rhythmic exercise, presenting the mind with simple, non-stressful information that requires no decision, no analysis, and no response. Imagine that the walls of the sanctuary, the black velvet, are transforming into the night sky itself. Above you, in the deepest darkness, you begin to see patterns of stars arranged perfectly. These are the stars that guide the calm. I will read from the Catalog of Calming Facts. Listen only to the rhythm of the words and the texture of the sound. Did you know that the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, is so far down that the pressure there is 1,000 times greater than at sea level. The immensity of that number should feel comforting. It reminds you how small the pressure on your own shoulders is right now. You are light, and the deep ocean is heavy. Let the ocean carry the weight. A tree. The largest of these trees contains enough wood to build about 40 average-sized houses. Yet, it stands perfectly still, perfectly quiet, for thousands of years. Think of its immense patience. You too have all the time you need right now to rest and recharge. You are standing still in time. Blinks about 15 to 20 times per minute. That means over a 16-hour waking day, you blink approximately 15,000 to 20,000 times. Your eyes are tired. They have worked hard. Now, let them enjoy the longest, most restful blink of all, which is sleep. A cloud weighing over 1,000,000 pounds can float effortlessly above your head. It is composed of tiny water droplets so light that they defy gravity. The water droplets in your own body are now feeling similarly light, suspended on your mattress. Effortless floating. The planet Saturn's rings are primarily composed of billions of pieces of ice and rock, ranging in size from tiny dust grains to mountains. Each piece orbits with its own perfect, silent rhythm. No two pieces ever collide. They simply follow their path. Let your thoughts similarly follow a slow, non-colliding path towards slumber. The sound of rustling leaves is one of nature's most perfect, soft sounds. This room has no Scytherism, only the profound silence, which is even deeper and more restful. The total length of all the blood vessels in the human body is estimated to be over 60,000 miles. That is enough to wrap around the Earth more than twice. All 60,000 miles of your vessels are now relaxing and slowing down. They are ready for quiet maintenance. When you look at the stars tonight, you are seeing them as they were years ago. The light from the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, takes about 4.24 years to reach your eyes. This is a humbling distance. Nothing requires instant attention. Everything is moving slowly across vast distances of time. The common earthworm has 5 hearts. They operate constantly, silently, beneath the surface of the soil. 5 gentle, rhythmic beats. Your own single heart is also beating now, safely, gently, and without any effort required from you. Slow and steady. The surface of the moon is covered in a layer of fine, soft dust called regolith. This dust is incredibly lightweight and silent. Imagine regolith settling softly over your own thoughts, muffling them, smoothing them down until they are quiet and still. The ancient Egyptians used to rest their heads on carved stones, to elevate the head and keep the airflow cool. You, however, have a pillow. A soft, yielding, modern pillow that cradles your head perfectly. Allow it to do its job completely. Human body contains enough carbon to make 9,000 pencils. It contains enough iron to make a small nail. These basic elements are resting now, stable and quiet, inside your heavy, resting form. A snail can sleep for 3 years. 3 years of uninterrupted, deep rest. You do not need to sleep for 3 years, but you can borrow the snail's infinite patience and capacity for stillness. Lights, the aurora borealis, are caused by solar particles interacting with the Earth's atmosphere. The colors you see, green, pink, violet, are the gentle glow of energy being released. Your own energy is now being released, not in a dazzling display, but in a slow, comfortable decline into sleep. The smallest bone in the human body is the stapes, located in the middle ear. It is only about 2.5 to 3.5 millimeters long. Even this tiniest, most delicate bone is now resting completely. Every part of you is at peace. The word somnophobia refers to the fear of sleeping. The fear is not based on a realistic risk. The fear phobia refers to the fear of falling asleep. We are moving away from somnophobia and towards somnolence, the state of strong desire for sleep. You are moving towards sleep. You desire sleep. Sleep is safe and comfortable. The Tibetan singing bowl is created by friction, but the resulting tone is one of the most resonant and calming in the world. Imagine a faint, slow singing bowl note vibrating through the air around you, smoothing out the edges of any tension. The rings of a tree, which tell its age, are not always perfectly circular or evenly spaced. They reflect the life history of the tree, its struggles, and its growth. Your day is reflected in the rings of your current rest. The day is finished. The current ring is pure, smooth rest. The sensation of free fall is often used in space simulations to help astronauts adjust to zero gravity. You are now experiencing a gentle internal free fall, the feeling of your body giving way completely to the pull of relaxation. You are falling safely into rest. A drop of water falling into a deep cave will eventually form a stalactite or a stalagmite over tens of thousands of years. The process is slow, silent, and inevitable. Your sleep is now slow, silent, and inevitable. You have been cataloged. You have been soothed. The facts have done their job, pushing away the scattered thoughts of the day and replacing them with simple, profound stillness. You are resting on the floating bed in the sanctuary. You are covered in soft, heavy blankets. You are entirely safe.
Chapter 5. The River of Weightless Thought. Bisexual. Now we enter a phase of pure sensory imagery, focused entirely on the feeling of letting go. We are leaving the structured rooms of the library and moving on to a wide, dark river flowing through the landscape of your mind. Imagine you are standing on the bank of this river. It is not an active, rushing river. It is wide, slow, and completely calm, like a liquid mirror reflecting the dark sky. The water is deep, opaque, and the color of liquid velvet. You step into a small boat. It is perfectly smooth, made from a single, polished piece of dark wood. It has no engine, no sail, and no oars. Its only purpose is to carry you gently on the current. You sit down in the center of the boat, cross-legged or stretched out, however is most comfortable for your imaginary body. You are perfectly balanced. Pornography is so close to the water's surface that you can gently trail one hand in the cool, slow-moving liquid. Feel the slight resistance of the water against your fingers. It is soothing. It is cool. Flooring begins to move you. It is the slowest, gentlest current possible. You are not worried about where you are going. The river is flowing toward the deepest, safest lake of sleep. Look up at the banks of the river as you drift by. They are tall, covered in thick, soft moss that absorbs all sound. Occasionally, you see a slow, elegant willow tree weeping its branches down toward the water. The leaves are so dense and so dark that they create a perfect, soft shadow. We are going to give the river your remaining weightless thoughts. If a thought about tomorrow, or a conversation from today, or a random to-do list item pops into your mind, do not fight it. Simply acknowledge it with a gentle nod. Imagine that thought as a small, flat, gray stone in the palm of your hand. It is not a heavy stone. It is barely perceptible. It is just a shape. Subjected, with the same smooth, effortless motion that the river is flowing, gently drop that stone into the water. Peacefully, you hear absolutely no splash. The river is so deep and so smooth that the stone disappears instantly, sinking slowly, silently, and smoothly down into the depths. It is gone. It is no longer yours to carry. All thought about work. Take the stone, drop it. Gone. All thought about an errand. Take the stone, drop it. Gone. A memory that made you feel restless. Take the stone, drop it. Gone. Keep breathing. Exhale. Exhale the need to hold on to anything. Your boat continues to drift. You are moving past the trees, past the soft, mossy banks. The journey is entirely horizontal, entirely slow, and entirely effortless. We are drifting now into a deep, long stretch of the river, where the banks are lined with thousands of silent, luminous water lilies. They are not white or pink. They are the softest possible shade of pale silver and deep indigo, gently pulsing with their own light. They create a beautiful, quiet path on the water. Brilliance lasts by the lilies. Imagine that their light is soaking into the soles of your feet and into your legs. This light is pure relaxation. Feel it spreading warmth and absolute stillness up your body. The light is now in your hips, soothing the muscles there. It is spreading through your stomach and chest, quieting your internal systems. It is flowing into your fingertips and up your arms, relaxing every joint and tendon. It is gathering in your neck and shoulders, erasing all trace of the tension that accumulated during the day. You are now simply a passenger on this weightless thought river. You are being carried. You do not need to paddle. You do not need to steer. The current knows exactly where you need to go. The destination is ahead, the lake of infinite sleep. It is a place of such profound rest that once you enter it, you simply become part of the stillness. The banks of the river are beginning to separate, and the water is spreading out into an enormous, still body. There is no horizon. The water simply meets the dark sky in a seamless, perfect circle of quiet. Navigation slows, then stops. You have arrived. You are now floating on the surface of the lake of infinite sleep. Pause. Let the image of the vast, still lake permeate your mind. Your eyelids are so heavy now. Your breathing is slow and deep. You are almost there. In the next chapter, we will spend a long, slow time focusing on sensory withdrawal until the last traces of wakefulness dissolve.
Chapter 6. The Feather of Final Relaxation. You are floating on the lake of infinite sleep. The boat has dissolved beneath you, and you are simply lying on the surface of the perfectly still water. It feels like lying on the most luxurious, deep-pile velvet rug, perfectly supported. There is no sound here. There is only the sensation of deep, unwavering peace. We will now perform the final, complete release of all sensation, focusing on the lightest possible touch. Imagine a single, very pale, soft, downy feather. It is floating just above your face. It is so light that its shadows are barely visible. This feather is going to trace the lines of your body, and wherever it touches, that part of your body will surrender completely to sleep. The feather drifts down and lightly, barely touches your forehead. Pressure right between your eyebrows. This touch releases the tension of thought, worry, and concentration. The feather brushes outwards, smoothing your entire brow, gliding over your temples, and tucking any lingering thoughts safely away behind your eyes. Freehead is relaxed, down and touches the muscles around your left eye. This delicate touch tells the muscle to stop holding the eye closed. It allows the eyelid to simply be heavy, to settle naturally. It brushes over your cheekbone, smoothing out any tension there. Left eye and cheek are relaxed, soft and heavy. The feather drifts across your face and touches the muscles around your right eye. Let this touch bring the same deep release. The weight is overwhelming and comforting. It brushes across your jaw, signaling the jaw to unclench and hang loose. Your teeth are not touching. Your tongue is resting in the base of your mouth. Eye and jaw are relaxed, open and soft. The feather moves down and touches the base of your throat. This area often holds unspoken words or swallowed stress. The lightest touch here releases the constriction. Your throat is open, your breath is slow, and your voice is resting entirely. Pathfinder throat is relaxed, open, and easy. The feather drifts to your left shoulder, a place where the burdens of the day often land. This touch is a complete removal of weight. The shoulder sinks away from your ear, becoming low, wide, and entirely slack. Left shoulder is relaxed, empty, and heavy. Moves down your left arm and brush over your pulse point. The touch tells your pulse to slow down further. Slow, slow. The feather touches your fingers, one by one, releasing the grip you hold on the world. Arm and hand are relaxed, boneless and warm. The feather drifts across to your right shoulder. Repeat the feeling of absolute removal of weight. The right shoulder is now heavy, sinking into the water below you. It is entirely useless and entirely at peace. Relaxed, soft, and slack. It moves down your right arm and touches your palm. The feather tickles the skin lightly, and your palm flattens, open to rest. All sensation fades away, replaced by a dull, pleasant numbness. Right arm and hand are relaxed, deeply still. The feather drifts down to your chest, just over your heart. The slightest pressure here brings calm to your internal rhythm. Every beat is slow. Every beat is safe. The breath is quiet, shallow, and entirely sufficient. There is no need for deep effort. Pleasantly and heart are calm, slow and steady. It moves to your stomach. the place where nervousness can gather. The feather smooths away any tightness, leaving your stomach soft, yielding, and completely relaxed. It is full of only stillness. Stomach is relaxed, soft, and quiet. The feather is now at your left hip. The weight of your body is concentrating here. The feather releases the foundation. Your hip melts. It is liquid. Left hip is relaxed, sinking and flowing. The feather moves down your left leg, touching the knee. The knee is unlocked. All the structural work of standing and walking is now paused. Left knee is relaxed, soft and heavy. It finally rests on your left ankle and foot, the last remaining point of connection. The feather releases the ankle, and the foot turns out gently. Every toe is separate, loose, and sinking. Leg and foot are fully relaxed, heavy and complete. The feather moves across to your right hip. The last remaining tension is being released now. The hip bone feels heavy and dull. Hip is relaxed, molten and slack. It moves down your right leg and touches the shin. Psychologists here are giving way entirely to the deep support beneath you. Right shin and calf are relaxed, softening. Recognize its journey on your right ankle and foot. Complete, total release. The foot is heavy, warm, and sinking. Right leg and foot are fully relaxed, entirely at rest. The feather now drifts away, floating high into the dark, seamless sky above the lake. You are now 100% released. Every part of you has surrendered its effort. You are simply a vessel of warmth and stillness, floating on a wide, dark, infinite lake of peace.
Chapter 7. The Gentle Routine of the Lavender Scone. Wireless. The soundscape slightly shifts, a very distant, almost inaudible, soft clinking of ceramic on ceramic, and a low, continuous rumble of a gentle rain on a roof. Windshield. Imagine you are watching the small building from your resting place on the lake. It is made of dark, warm stone, and through its tall windows you see the soft, golden glow of internal light. It is perfectly quiet, yet feels alive with slow, gentle activity. Penetrated. Ilara, the keeper of this space, is beginning her day, just as the deepest rest begins for you. Her movements are slow, deliberate, and entirely without stress. She has just put on the kettle. You can hear the low, soothing rumble of the water starting to heat, a sound of promise, of warmth to come. Ilara is moving towards her preparation counter. She is making the very first item of the morning, a batch of lavender scones. They are not rushed. They are mixed by hand, slowly. Watch as she gathers the dry ingredients. She is using a large, simple wooden bowl. The flour is poured in first, soft and white, a gentle cloud that settles silently into the bowl. Fleasures is resting. Your thoughts are resting. Next, the smallest, finest sugar. The granules sound like soft, tiny grains of sand as they are lightly scattered over the flower. Throw sugar is peaceful. Your mind is quiet. Then, the essential ingredient, dried lavender blossoms. Ilara doesn't crush them. She gently rubs them between her palms just enough to release their soft, sweet, floral scent. The scent is instantly calming, a direct signal to the deepest part of your brain that it is time to relax. Hail that imaginary scent now. Warm flower, sweet sugar, soft lavender. She uses a wooden spoon to gently turn the ingredients over. The movement is rhythmic, steady, and utterly boring for the waking mind. Over and over, a slow, circular motion. Now, she adds the wet ingredients. First, the cream. Thick, heavy, cold cream poured slowly. You can hear the smooth, dull glug, glug, glug as it enters the bowl. This sound is immediately comforting, a sound of richness and ease. She uses her hands now, not to knead aggressively, but to fold the mixture in on itself. Softly, gently. The dough comes together in a shaggy, uneven mass. Feel the tension leaving your own hands as you imagine Ilara's soft, repetitive motion. Your fingers are slack. Your palms are open. You are not holding anything. Dough is patted into a soft, simple metal cutter, a perfect circle to slice the shapes. Press, lift. Press, lift. A soft, dull sound of dough meeting wood. Each cut is even, perfect, and utterly predictable. The scones are placed on a sheet pan. They are just shapes now, resting patiently, waiting for the warmth. Ilara slides them into the warm oven. The soft metallic clink of the oven door closing is the final sound. Now, there is only the quiet heat working its magic slowly in the dark. The waiting time is the deepest time. The scones must rest. You must rest. For a long moment, focus only on the imaginary warmth emanating from that distant oven, washing over you on the surface of the lake. It is a slow, pervasive warmth that promises comfort and patience. You are resting. The scones are resting. All is well in the warm, dark quiet.
Chapter 8. The Alchemy of Slow-Simmered Cider. The sound slightly changes. The rain has stopped. Now there is only a soft, continuous, low bubbling sound, like a deep pot on a very low simmer. Ilara now turns her attention to the brewing pot. She is making slow-simmered evening cider. This is the drink designed purely for warmth, contemplation, and quiet. She finds a large, heavy, deep copper pot. It is old and polished smooth. The copper gleams faintly in the low light. She pours in the base liquid, fresh apple cider. The liquid is a deep amber color, and as it fills the pot, it makes a long, whispering sound. Shh. The pot is placed on the lowest possible heat source. We are not rushing this. Simmering is a process of deep, gradual transformation. Alara begins to add the spices, one by one, each making a soft, dry, dull sound as it drops into the liquid. First, cinnamon sticks. They are long brown scrolls of dried bark. Clack, clack, as they hit the bottom of the pot. They will release their warmth slowly, over hours. Next, whole cloves. Tiny, dark, fragrant studs. She drops them in carefully. They make a soft, high-pitched plink, plink as they settle onto the cinnamon. They smell like depth and earth. Then, star anise. Perfect, geometric brown stars. They fall in with a soft, dry rustle. They are beautiful and entirely still. And finally, the orange zest. Strips of bright orange peel. The smell of the citrus oil is released instantly, sharp yet sweet, cutting through the deep, warm spice aroma. The pot begins to simmer. Listen to the sound, bubbling slowly. It is a quiet sound, a constant sound, a sound of gentle, rhythmic movement. The bubbles form at the very bottom, rise through the thick liquid, and pop softly at the surface. This constant, gentle popping sound is the sound of non-action. It is the sound of time passing without effort. Let the rhythmic pop, pop, pop of the simmering cider align perfectly with your own slow, steady breathing. Feel the rise. Feel the gentle pop of release. Profitability, the cider simmers, the complex aromas rise up through the steam and spread throughout the Hearthside Emporium and across the lake of infinite sleep, reaching you. Is now overthrow of slow, deep warmth of the lavender scent, forming a rich, multi-layered fragrance of peace. Warmth from the apple, from the cinnamon, stillness from the clove. You are floating entirely in this scent and sound. The surface of the lake beneath you feels heavier now. You are sinking slightly, not with alarm, but with the profound comfort of letting go. There is nothing to watch. There is nothing to do. There is only the slow, rhythmic sound of the simmering cider, confirming that the world is moving, but only at the pace of quiet warmth. Cider simmers. You sink deeper, worries fade. We remain here, suspended in the slow motion of the simmer, until the mind is completely dull, completely accepting of the deep rest waiting beneath the surface.
Chapter 9. The Quiet Craft of the Biscotti. The sound becomes dry and quiet again, a gentle, repetitive, dull thump. Federally, Alara is now preparing the quiet biscotti. Biscotti are cookies meant to be baked twice, once for form and a second time for complete dryness and longevity. The process requires patience and precision, both qualities that invite rest. Deadliest, the dough is already made. It is a dense, smooth log, infused with quiet elements, almonds, orange zest, and a touch of vanilla bean. The first step is the gentle shaping of the dough. Alara uses her palms, rolling the thick log softly on the wooden counter. The sound is a quiet, dull shush, shush, as the dough rolls and smooths. Shameful, these dough, not for beauty, but for uniformity, for slow, even baking. The log is baked until it is firm but still soft inside. It is then taken out and allowed to cool completely. Flooded comes the meditative part, the slicing and the secondary bake. Ilara uses a large, straight, unmoving knife. She slices the loaf into perfect, slightly diagonal pieces. This is a repetitive action, and the sound is soft, dull thump of the knife handle, soft scrape as the slice is moved. Listen to the rhythm of the cutting. Thump, scrape, thump, scrape. This rhythm is slow. It requires your focus only to observe, not to participate. Your mind can follow the rhythm, allowing it to take over the internal chatter. Thump, scrape, rest. Thump, scrape, release. Blasted. Each piece of biscotti is a flat, simple form. It holds no urgency. It holds only the promise of slow, gentle consumption. The slices are laid out on a baking sheet. There is space between each one. They are not touching. They are independent and resting. They go back into the oven, this time at a very low temperature, for a long, quiet time. This second bake is purely to dry out the moisture. This process is a metaphor for your own rest. You are being dried out of all the accumulated moisture of effort, worry, and exertion. You are becoming lighter, firmer, and entirely still. Imagine yourself being slowly and gently dried by the quiet warmth until your physical self feels light, brittle, and incapable of carrying weight. The sound is now just the faint, gentle heat from the oven, a slow, steady, quiet hum. The biscotti is resting. It is waiting to be hard, unmoving, and perfectly durable for a long, quiet future. You are resting. You are waiting to be deep, unmoving, and perfectly recharged for a long, quiet sleep. This process is slow. You are yielding to slowness. Therapist is fixed. You are yielding to stillness. Focus on the stillness. The sound is minimal. Your breath is deep. Your body is heavy. The dryness of complete relaxation is setting in.
Chapter 10. The Final Depth of Midnight Hot Chocolate. The soundscape is minimal, a soft, deep sound of liquid being stirred slowly, and the faintest hint of the rain returning, very distant. The final sensory immersion is the creation of midnight hot chocolate, the drink of absolute comfort and deep darkness. Kissing Ilara is using the smallest, heaviest pot now. She begins with the elements of pure depth, dark cocoa powder, and a small amount of salt. Cabinet's powder is so dark it is nearly black. It is mixed with a little water into a thick black paste. The stirring is slow, making a low, thick scraping sound against the pot. Scrape, stir. This is the sound of deep, rich earth. Next, the liquid is added, thick, whole milk. It is poured in slowly, covering the paste. The color turns from black to a rich, comforting brown. Ilara adds the sweetener, a small piece of dark, melted chocolate. It is so rich and thick, it melts instantly into the warm liquid, adding depth without unnecessary sweetness. Forbidden, the mixture is heated slowly, just to the point of steam. It is never allowed to boil. The stirring is continuous, slow, and hypnotic. Imagine the rich, thick liquid turning over in the pot. A steam rising, warm and chocolate-scented. Windshield sound is the sound of the final sleep induction. It is a slow, repetitive, circular motion. Stir, slow, circle, rest. We will count the final slow rotations of the stirring spoon as we sink into the final layer of sleep. 1 rotation. The scent of chocolate surrounds you. Your eyelids are heavy. Woo rotations. The warmth of the liquid spreads through your imaginary self. Your arms are heavy. 3 rotations. The dark, rich color absorbs all the light. Your legs are heavy. The consistency is thick, smooth, and perfect. Your breathing is slow. Flushing rotations. You are entirely wrapped in the comfort of this final moment. The stirring stops. The sound stops. Ilara pours the hot chocolate into a heavy ceramic mug. The sound is a low, continuous pouring sound. Shh. It is the final liquid sound, the sound of total yield. Blindness, she carries the mug to the dark window and sets it down. The steam rises up and slowly fogs the cold glass, blurring the distinction between inside and outside, between being awake and being asleep. You are now entirely on the inside, entirely warm, entirely safe. The mug of hot chocolate represents the final, perfect, warm core of your rest. It is dark, it is heavy, and it is endlessly comforting. Chapter 11. The Brig 11. The evidence being in the over-America of the world by men. The man mixter than negative breathing self. The warm and turgid in the ground. Chapter 11. The corpse available and endlessly comforting. The 0 point of silence. The sound fades to absolute silence. You have reached the final stage of the journey, the 0 point of silence. You are no longer floating on the lake. You are no longer in the library. You are simply resting, fully supported by the deepest, softest surface you have ever known, your own bed. We will focus now only on the total withdrawal of sensory input. Silence. You are listening to the sound of nothing. The total absence of sound is a comfort. The sounds of the world are distant and muffled, and they hold no power over you. Darkness. Your eyes are closed. The darkness behind your eyelids is smooth, black, and perfectly restful. It requires no vision. You do not need to look. Stillness. Your body is heavy. You do not need to move. You are perfectly supported. The smallest movement requires effort, and you are choosing no effort. 0 point thought. If a thought drifts in, do not engage it. See it as a single soft word written in chalk on a blackboard. Before you can read it, a gentle black feather wipes it clean. The board is blank. Your mind is quiet. Hail. Baptized. Exhale. And the thought is gone. Hail. Nicknamed. Ale. and the thought is gone. You are sinking deeper now than you thought possible. Imagine the deepest, darkest velvet you have ever felt. You are resting on it, wrapped in it. It is soundless, lightless, and infinitely comforting. There is no more story. There is no more guide. There is only the long, smooth slide into unconscious rest. Deflect the black velvet of silence, absorb you. Let the deep darkness hold you. Let the stillness be your only command. I will now leave you to the sound of your own slow, steady breathing. You are entirely safe. You are entirely heavy. You are drifting, drifting, drifting into the perfect deep peace of sleep.